Shōgun, episode 5, now out. Let's talk about it. Okay, so episode 5 of Shōgun is now available for you guys to go and check out right now. And look, the first 4 episodes, words can't describe how good this show is. The first 4 episodes, amazing. Some of the best TV going on right now, if not the best. Then you get to episode 5. And somehow, after last week's episode, they go, you know what? We delivered a great episode last week. Well, guess what this week's going to be? It's going to be an even better episode. We're going to build upon what the quality was like last episode, and we're going to add in some stuff to this episode and elevate it to another level. That's what they did with episode 5. I'm mind blown at just how incredible this show is and how incredible it keeps getting to the peak. I thought we were at the peak, but no, we're still going further. We're not even halfway at the peak at this point. It's just getting better and better. Now, the big talking point of this whole entire episode, it's got to be the dynamic shift here. So last week we started to build this relationship and this bond between Blackthorn, the Englishman, and I believe it is Markio, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. The relationship between them was the key forefront story plot that was going forward. Now you throw in that her husband survived. I don't know how he survived. I just don't trust the fella after this episode, but he survived and he comes back, and you throw in, after what just occurred last episode, this triangle here is one of the most awkward, insane love triangles I've ever seen on screen. When this isn't how dynamic and how just intriguing, just the quality of the writing here. They are able to get these characters into a room where they're eating dinner, and this whole entire sequence, this scene with them talking amongst each other, with Blackthorn eyeing off at, I'm gonna call him Lord Toto, I believe that's what he wants to be called, so we'll call him that. Lord Toto and Blackthorn are just staring each other down. Meanwhile, you have in the middle of it the one person who knows what one person is saying and what the other person is saying. They don't know what each other are saying to each other, but she is the middle. She's the one that can hear everything. And it goes from this dick-sizing matchup between these two, like, oh, I'm bigger than you. Watch, this is how we drink in England. This is what we do. Oh, I can match you in that. I can beat you in this. I'm not going to tell you my war story. You tell me yours. It goes from this moment where you're kind of like, okay, I see what's going on here, to all of a sudden, it becomes this insane tension building moment where Lord Toto grabs a bow while he's off his face and is shooting arrows to his wife, through his wife, and there's this beautiful shot of a slow-mo arrow coming straight across from her. And this Blackthorn, this isn't a custom that he's used to. He's used to, and that's the point he makes here as well, is you need to treat your wife with more courtesy, and then we get the backstory of her and her family, and it's tragic. And then somehow they've just created this insane moment where you're sitting there and you're like, how did I go from having this fun time emotion of these two guys measuring each other, trying to win here, to all of a sudden, one of the deepest, darkest moments of the series right now? It's crazy. And then to top it all off, he beats his wife, and then Blackthorn goes out there and he acts, oh, it's because of the sake and that. And then, dude, she is incredible, man. The person that plays Mariko is brilliant. She is man, she was great in Monarch, but man, dude, this is a whole nother level. I didn't know she had this type of range, but she's incredible. And the way that she performs after being assaulted by her husband, just, oh man, that she just owned the screen and you could feel it. So you have that. Then you have another major thing that happened in this episode is where Blackthorn finally is understanding how different this culture is. Now, he hangs up this bird that was given to him, and he's like, you know, just like we all do, you touch, you die. Like, you know, not seriously you're gonna die, but like, just don't touch it, just leave it there. And then there's this beautiful moment between him and the gardener, the old fella that was there, and he was talking about the rock and stuff like that. He takes down the bird, and Fuji, the lady that's supposed to be looking after Blackthorn and attend to his needs and that, kills him. Because Blackthorn said, you touch, you die. He brought it down because they all wanted to get rid of it, so he took it and he died. And this is where Blackthorn is having this internal struggle now inside of him, where he's now realizing just how brutal this culture is and how different it is. This is cultural shock that is hitting him right now. That their customs are completely and utterly 180 to what he's used to. Like, he's a guy that comes away cherishing life, like value life. You got to keep life, you know, you got to keep it moving and stuff like that. You can't just kill people for that over a dead bird. That's just not worth it. Where over here in Japan, it's a complete opposite. It's all about respect, and that you break that respect, you die. If someone says don't touch that or you die, you die. So I'm loving the balance that he's trying to deal with, and how he's coming to the conclusions of this, of how different it is. Brilliant. And Cosmo is fantastic, man, as Blackthorn. Freaking fantastic. So I love that as well. Then we have this insane scene of a landslide when an earthquake happens and there's this giant landslide. Oh, wow. It was incredible, man. So good. And this is where we see Lord Toranaga actually get buried, and Blackthorn's the first one to save him. They find him, dig him up, and then he offers the swords to him, after we find out the backstory to the swords as well. But he offers the swords to him because obviously he's lost his swords in that. So you had that. But then the whole landslide, and then obviously Blackthorn is feeling from what he does. He's blaming himself for the old gardener dying. There's this beautiful, touching moment where he's in the garden after the landslide has just destroyed the village and that, hurt people and that. He goes up to Fuji, he checks she's okay, puts his hand on her hand. Then he goes to the garden. And it goes back to that moment where that old gardener said to him, man, about the rock. He goes there, and out of respect, fixes the rock up and puts the other rocks around it. Dude, that moment, just no words were said. Just the action itself held so much weight, emotional weight to it. It was absolutely incredible. Just incredible. And now the ending, we have the chick taking over the council at the end there, saying, nah, you guys are now answering to me. I'm taking control. What a show, man. What a freaking show this is. The design, the production, everything about this show is top tier. And this is my favorite show that is on right now. This show is incredible. Just so good, man. This, if it continues like this and it gets better and better and it sticks the landing, I'll tell you what, this would be hard to not put in my top 10. It's that good. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys have the same feeling as me? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.